Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the brand new mini-series of Crusader Kings 2, which is going to be all about the Holy Order Society as part of the Orders of Chivalry mod, which was created by Maul, who is the same creator as the Great Trade League. And I don't know if you've seen the previous mini-series that I did just recently with the Fighters Guild as part of that mod as well. But this time it's going to be about Holy Orders, so that's part of the reason why I start on April 1st, 1081, just in time for the Crusades to come, so that the Holy Orders will start popping up, and I'll be able to join one of them. But now I play as one of the Sardinian counties in the island of Sardinia, and I'm sure some of you are already wondering, out of all the places, Lord Master, why Sardinia? Well, because if you look at the world map, at least in Europe, I was thinking Barcelona. I mean, I was looking for duchies or counties, which I could feel safe, but I was thinking Barcelona, but no, that would be easily covered by incursions. Brittany thought about that too, but could get swallowed up by either England or France, or one of the HRE vassals. HRE is in Holy Roman Empire. And Dukla, not going to last long because the ruler's Catholic, but they're Orthodox. Although this one, although large but effective, is in a bit of a compromising position in itself. So I feel most, I'm not saying safest, I mean, Sardinia is rather a hostile place to be in this start date. And yes, there are 4 independent realms in this island, but yet we're surrounded by enemies, such as the Muslims out of the west and south, and the other enemies are these 2 merchant republics of Pisa and Genoa, because they have a trade zone presence in this island. I was about to say our island, but the our part would come soon. So in my 2 counties, these trade zones are under the control of the Genoans, Genoese, and the others from Pisa. Genoese, just gotta remember the words. And now here's me, Count Basilio. This is a created character through Ruler Dynasty, in which I already have a wife to start off with, but also 2 children, my son and heir, and my daughter. But at least this is a agnatic cognatic law, so in case of my son dies through illness or whatever reason, my daughter would be next. And in case you didn't notice about my traits, I start off with Brilliant Strategist, Legitimized Bastard, which is just a -1. Again, the age difference. Like, if you keep adding more good traits, you're going to increase the starting age, and you don't want to start off too old. So I just got to start off relatively young, especially picking the celibate trait, which is -28 points, in which I can no longer have children under this trait, so that's why I had to start off with 2 of them. But I'm also shrewd, diligent, shy, trusting, and stubborn, and have the Holy Warrior, which this character fights best against heathens and infidels, but hesitates in battle against those of the same faith. But unfortunately, if I wanted Sardinia all to myself, I have to fight these people who are the same faith as me. But the reason I picked this is just in case if these guys down here that want to take a part of Sardinia, and we would defend it with our lives. Yes. Alright, here in the island of Sardinia, I control the county, well, 2 counties, but the primary title is the County of Cagliari. Cagliari. I hope that's the correct pronunciation. Damn, I'm stuttering today. Again, I'm not wide awake for this, but anyways, let's get down to some business. Well, since I'm celibate, I might as well choose a patron saint as part of the patron deities mod. Let's see now. Anthony of the Desert Fathers. It's just to get more piety. And a reason for that is, if I wanted to take one of these other Sardinian counties for myself, I can declare a Ducal conquest of Gallura, which it'll cost me 100 piety for this, as well as some money. And the best way to get piety is through theology focus, but I'm more concerned about war. I'll get more piety by other means. And I doubt that I would be known as the Holy by then. Or better yet, just wait and see. Don't want to speed up too soon because we never know if I see troops being raised, that means someone's invading. And of course, the university is already founded, Oxford and Bologna. Sardinia is how you say Sardinia in Italian or in the local Sardinian language, even though I do not have the knowledge to the fullest extent of pronunciations of certain places. Because again, I picked a completely different place that nobody would have thought of in the history of Crusader Kings. I mean, yes, there were, I looked it up on YouTube, there were plenty of playthroughs that they did in Sardinia, but not in this timeline when it's all separated into two counties, which kind of makes it undesirable, and I understand that. But for this purpose of the series, eventually when those holy orders come up, I'll join one of these societies, try to rank up, and do just like with the previous series of the Fighters Guild, and that's to form our own holy order on this island. Similar to the Teutonic Order of how they control parts of the Baltics. You know, like places like Prussia, Lithuania, and Caronia or Latvia. Well, I'm wondering. Nope. Nope. Nada. The whole council is against whatever I vote. Especially this stuff. But if they were the council, they'll all support it. Because of course they would. What about the nobles? They'll say no. And the other no. And whoa, 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 whoa. I just saw this just now. May you be sewn up alive in the belly of a dead camel. This is a formal declaration of war. Our army shall meet on the field of battle. 5,000 strong. And they're coming from over there. Okay, these guys are dealing with Sicily. But an even stronger one is coming here to our territory. But we have a weak army. Well, when we say weak, we mean less in number. Well then. Actually, hold on. That's for reconnaissance reasons. Honestly, I should have put it in a tow atlas, but what can you do? Hey, please help. Well, look what you got yourself into. Jeez, look at them. And soon they're gonna get the fleets out and they're gonna send ships up to this way. And I doubt any of the others are willing to, you know, defend Sardinia for me. And I wonder if Genoa's coming too, and so is Pisa. As long as they're not fighting each other over for some trade post that I could give care less about. Okay, for now we are alone in this fight, as they're gonna get theirs together while we will be well prepared. We have to do the defense strategy. A little slower movement and lower damage, but more on defense. Combat in hills, mountains, which is to our advantage because on our side of the island, counties I hold, are hills. The rest of the island are mountains. And I will lead my men from the front as a frontline warrior. Got my helmet on, and I guess we'll be ready for the inevitable. One would think that. Well, why don't you make a marriage alliance with someone? I think, again, he doesn't have any children, but one of his brothers. Maybe I can arrange a patrol for him. To my newborn daughter, Argentina. Again, it's just a patrol, and we'll have a non-aggression pact. And, and then we'll form an alliance. Honorable Count. Oh, wait a minute. Reject. Insulting. Oh, ha ha ha. Listen, your brother's 31 and mine's newborn, and you call it insulting? At least it didn't decrease the opinion towards you, so. Oh well, tough luck. That's what I'm saying to myself. You know, she could have been the one. I mean, you may never know once that guy is in his 40s, then when she turns 16, I mean, she'll be at childbearing age, and yet you got something against that. Who's this? Wait a minute, is that you? Oh, it's one of the Sardinian counts. He's got 1,000. Alright, the more the merrier. I mean, this concerns you too. We got another one from one of the Sardinian counties. Come on, you too, join up. This is not my fight, this is Sardinia's fight. And also, what's the papacy up to? Der Jor holding war. Defending against. Well, that means, well, the Pope's not going to help us. We're on our own. He's still assembling his army. But, we don't see any boats here. Matter of fact, does he even have any boats? Yes, he does. 121 of the fleet levies. So he's still going to get them together. And then he's going to send out ships. And it's going to be D-Day for them and, Sicily here. I'll totally get this case. Oh, wait a minute. Some of the Sardinians are actually going to take the fight to them. Oh, it's them. That's the fleet we're looking at there. They're going to be, well, this is precarious. Don't give them any money for research. Matter of fact, since I know this is going to be a slightly long war, might as well borrow money. Oh yeah, and the war chest ambition. I don't think it would be wise for me to leave the island and take it to them. I don't think that's a good idea. Need more allies for that. So I prefer to stay here and let them duke it out. hey, their amphibious landing looks successful, while the main bulk of the army, about 5,000 of them, are ready to depart very soon. They're going to have enough ships to come to Sardinia. Is there a possibility that I can contact you? I was about to say, please get back to your ships. Oh, you too. Just attached to my army. We'll be stronger together. Your little expedition to Algeria isn't gonna make it worthwhile for you. You bastards. You're leaving us all to the wolves. Well, they're almost ready to leave because they're waiting for these guys now. And instead they just... Look, even if we take all this territory, it's not gonna, you know, contribute. Occupy many counties as you like, but my problem is that that once they come with full strength and it's going to be right on us, on either of those two counties, then we'll be in a very vulnerable position from not only... Again, if we lose this war, that'll be the end of me. That's what it is, basically. And the only allies we have are the two Sardinian counties. And what about you? Why aren't you joining? Hey. See daisies? No? Matrilineal marriage? Really? Huh. Thought of something. Tell you what. I was thinking about leaving this island and join up with the force so we'll be strong as one and we'll be able to link up and fight this army, but I think that might be too late for that. As I said, might be too late for that. Okay, now they're on board. They're leaving. So here they come. If they're gonna make landing on top of us, then oh boy, oh boy. Unless they're gonna link up with this fleet over there. Nope, it's gonna be on us. It's an amphibious assault. Oh hey, one of our commanders has the holy war like me, a holy warrior. There's your trait. Well, we're outnumbered 2-1 here. They have a corner more, but again, reinforcing 26 soldiers a month, but I don't think it'll be enough because the battle will begin at the 26th of November. We have the height advantage, which more defense for pikemen, archers, and horse archers, which we do not have, while they will have lower bonuses for having a naval landing. This is their D-Day at Sardinia. Here we go. Already our flank's broken. just the left and the center that are holding, but we're hurting the center. Keep up with the shield wall tactic while the left flank's doing a volley harass. The next tactic's going to be... okay, hold on. Oh my goodness, we held the line. Crusader kings. The Roman Empire in the east, Byzantium, Christianity's foreign bulwark against the Mohammedan infidels of the Orient, is failing. A dire situation has convinced His Holiness Pope Gregorius VII to accept the possibility of an outright invasion by joint Christian forces. This signals the new era of large-scale Christian holy wars, the Crusade. Deus Vult! What about us? What about Sardinia? We're having, you know, the struggle of our lives here. The Knights Templar, a new Christian military order, has been founded by a small group of wealthy knights, the poor fellow soldiers of Christ and of the Temple of Solomon, or the Knights Templar for short, have sworn to protect the pilgrims traveling through the Holy Land. The Catholic Church fully endorses the order. This will allow pious Catholic rulers to call on their aid, although they will only fight against heretics and infidels. Well, I can't hire these guys because I don't have enough piety, which we would have loved their help. Grandmaster Nicola, the Serb of the Knights Templar. Guess he's from Dukla. Non Novus Dominus. The Knights of St. John. A decree has been issued confirming the formation of a new religious military order. The Knights of St. John, the knights who have already protected and cared for sick pilgrims in Jerusalem for some time, now have the full weight of the Catholic Church behind them. Pious Catholic rulers may call on their support in wars against heretics and heathens, but they will not fight those of their own faith. Their Grand Master is Corban, the Irishman. Pro vide pro utilitatem hominum. Oh yeah, what's Latin for help? See what I mean? I've been wounded in action during this epic defense here. As our flank was retreating, the center flank was retreating, I've been wounded. They shot me in the back. And we got one of the sheiks who was an heir of the mosque al-Dafla. Where are they going? Oh, they're going to that county over there. Well, gotta chase them down. This may be a bad idea, but what can you do? They're gonna be there before we do. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Wounded in action. And I was fighting on their terms, but instead they're retreating. Okay. I guess we can beat them. But again, I could be killed out there. And now they're gonna take it to the mountains. Oh yeah, if we fight again, I'm gonna need need to know about their commanders. Like, what leadership traits do they have? How come they're faster than us? Do they have organizer amongst them? Let's see. Oh, now you're called because they're right on your lawn. Help us, will you? Okay. Who's he? Just some commander. This man here has defender. But he's the best out of all of them, I think. Correct. Well, we got them all to run. Again, once the battle is over, you can raise your troops. And for God's sakes, help us. Sardinia needs us. Stick with me and we'll get through this. Look, it's gonna happen. Again, we're still beating him. Come on, what are you doing? Raise your levies. Unless you already took the boats and went down there, but they were able to occupy a holding. Alright, let's speed up a little, since the war is in our favor. Captured another one of their commanders. Okay. It's gonna be back and forth now. Offense or defense? That is the question. Well, based on what we've been dealing with, I would pick unyielding. Morale defense 20 and defense 10, but that's only just in case if we face another invasion by Muslims, or if we're weak enough, then merchant republics may come in and try to take a city of mine. A solid rock breaks the best steel. My men will be that rock. Oh, that reminds me. Not the rock thing. The Order of Knights that I'm supposed to join. They only have 3. And they have a couple. I'll join the Knights Hospitalier. Which, I'll get to the explanation in just a moment. Alright, the fight continues. Seems the other Sardinians from those counties are going to be taking those cities while we will be doing all the fighting. Fair enough. Man, that naval landing from earlier. Another sheik. Which he's got 2 sheikdom titles. Yeah, that's a lesson that everyone should learn. Don't land directly where the troops are, especially if that's the destination you want to be. I mean, if you were going to do that, you should just land on the other side. It's almost like has nobody in the history of amphibious landings and warfare since, I don't know, Gallipoli that you are not to do that? But at least we get a bit of piety and prestige as well as a change of war score, which we're halfway done with this war. While we'll do all the fighting, and those guys down there will do the occupying. Because they'll encounter no resistance down here because they sent their entire army and some of their best commanders to here. Hey, a cat. Alright, got a pet cat. How about that? Probably a lost cat on this county, just one would think. We'll keep attacking them little by little. And mind you, I'm wounded in action. From which I believe that was from the first battle. Already I'm starting not to remember when, because not saying the war has been going on for... Hey! You guys, you finally had the gumption to raise your levies. Let's crush them together. You raised more? What happened? But hey, at least they're going to be sticking with us. What happened? Nothing's happened. Okay, but now we have more troop numbers, which we're even. Well, over even now. And I guess this small detachment of 84 troops from up there will be coming here too. Unless they're going to be taking a boat ride, but whatever. Do what you will. I was about to say, why is this battle taking longer than usual? It's because we're killing them more. They're almost gone. They're almost out of our island. I keep saying our island, but it's not all mine. Oh, now you're going up there. Well, we're going to keep following it to the ends of the earth. Plus, we don't have a right flank anymore. It's just us, center, and left. Both of us, holy warriors. Oh, hey, these guys that I ordered to come here are back. They were supposed to be with me during the whole defense, but maybe I should have done it at the beginning of the war, but yet we barely won this war. Some would say it's a miracle. Others would say it's just pure luck. But at the end, it was just Sardinia holding off against the invaders once again in its history. So they did occupy all of this county along with its holdings. Their troops came back to sweep out the rest of them out of Sardinia. So now they will pay, oh, look at that, 612 gold, whilst we will gain a good bit of piety. I know what I'm going to use that money for. So come on, go home, all of you. I did not know the Emir had this much money in his treasury. So, not only I was wounded in action, I got a cat, and I got a huge amount of money and a good bit of piety. Some of which could be needed for the next time if these guys, either them, or even those guys, they took Sicily. And they're already war-weary, so we should watch out for them. They could be eyeing on Sardinia next because we're still weakened from the previous invasion. Right, now that the island is secure for now I can join one of the societies, one of those holy orders, which again they have 4 members of the Knights Hospitalier, and Knights Templar have a slightly more of a number. And just based on these names I see, these are all Serbs. Wow. These guys are, I think they're all Irish, aren't they? Oh, there's one Italian. Man's Irish and the other Italian. Okay. Very well. I will join the Knights Hospitalier because less members, hopefully more. And here's the thing for you people who would be interested in having this mod. The Orders of Chivalry is what it's called, as a reminder. In order to join a Holy Order, you have to be an adult, not a prisoner, not in another society, not incapable, must not hold a temporary title. And you have to have a martial education or was an accomplished esquire, have a crusader or athletic trait, have a martial grade or equal 15, as well as being zealous. It's just all of the following must be true along with that one. And also the society recruit diplomats, stewards, spies, and scholars, which can be determined by voting if they would allow such positions. Also have to be male, but females can join too, but only if the Grand Master allows it, which is part of law changes if you're a higher rank, which we'll explain in a moment. They couldn't allow heretics or not to, but here's a funny one. No horses, bears, or cats allowed, but it's optional that if the society leader decides to allow animals, which I'm sure you would have to be a lunatic for that. And of course, don't be excommunicated, which I'm in good hands right now. Let's join. Greetings, Count Basilio. I am the Grand Master of the Knights Hospitalier. I have received your application to join our order and have decided to accept you as a non-ordained member. Due to your situation, you will not be bound by eternal oath to God. For all intent and purpose, you will have similar rights and powers compared to a member of the clergy. For God. Auxilium, that's the word for help that I said earlier. If only these guys can help. It's too late for that. And as a member, and with the traits I have, 14.7 is the gain because of my martial skill, though slightly down because I'm wounded still. A brilliant strategist, but I remember when I was Holland one time and I was more of a religious man. You know, scholarly or mastermind theologian. This will count up too with the 4 points, with the 2. But I'm also celibate, which is a thing I started off with through ruler designer. Diligent and trusting as well. Mostly good traits and virtues will get you up, as well as having the martial skill. And as the sergeant, I can request military training. I can name a squire. Once my boy turns 6, I will do such that. And as a knight, once you rank up, you can hire a holy commander and go on a warrior pilgrimage, similar to the fighter skills from the previous series that I've recorded, which you can check it out on my YouTube channel. And a prior, you can organize the vote, as well as founding the Holy Order, which is the ultimate goal for this series, if I live this long. Which I would love to turn the whole island of Sardinia into a land of a Holy Order, kind of like the Teutonic Order. And then there's the Grand Master, which doesn't give you much other than monthly prestige and piety. And Temple Vassal opinion up as well. So there's a lot more work to do. And now let's continue on, which I'm thinking about getting this county first. My wife Maria has complained about me being absent so often. Well, I was at war. So when I found out I had some extra gold to spend, well, war reparation money, I decided to buy her something nice. Maybe some sort of jewelry. Ruby earrings is exactly what she wants. I mean, even though I can't have, produce children of her because I'm celibate, but hey, she's strong and she's a fortune builder. It's possible she might give me more money. Just wait till next month and I'll declare war again, and then we'll we'll do it just like what we did with the invaders. Go back and forth all across the island, take the holdings, and boom, this county is mine. And then we'll take the rest. As well as keep out any potential threats from either Muslim invaders or potentially Pisa and Genoa. Which currently Pisa is fighting for a city of Bastia, which is over there in Corsica. And Genoa, I worry the most, because the trade zones are in our counties. Matter of fact, I would love to improve relations with Genoa. No reason to be in Algeria anymore. Sending it to Constantinople. And I can't fire, and I don't want to fire my marshal, because I know there's someone better, such as our most experienced commanders, only because the mayors are a powerful vassal as my bishop, because I'm a count. You don't want to alienate them, otherwise you won't be getting vassal levies. So what's going on? Oh, a tributary war. Never mind. That means they still exist, but if we were at war to get that county, then France would be fighting against us. Yeah. You wouldn't want to mess with them. Which means I think we have to be on the move now. Starting in January, we gotta start fighting against these guys. Take this county. Hopefully it'll be a quick one, which I doubt it, because you know how long that last war took. and then we'll deal with this other county and get the rest. So I believe this campaign of unifying Sardinia. I mean, should I wait until I'm better from my wound? I mean, would that be better? Because I might get killed out there in the process, and I would be led by this son, which will take an eternity and a half to grow up, and this series would be in a standstill. We're still raising money little by little, but one would think, hey, you could use your money for mercenaries. No, because starting these ducal conquests will cost you money, so I'm going to need that money. And we'll take this other county and then that county and spend that money on the Duchy of Sardinia, and all that will be mine. But the problem is the domain size limit. So we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. See, France is already over there now, and they will soon defeat them. And it'll become a tributary to France, which will be a problem. Unless France is at a big war for whatever reason, then we'll try to come in and take that county quickly. Also, theoretically, if I was fighting that war and France is going to come in to their aid as a tributary, we can beat France. Oh yeah. Remember what we did in Osmosis with that? Well, then again, the problem is I have Holy Order. The French are Catholic like us, so... But we have the mountains advantage, so... We still have it. Also, hey, one of my vassals is Cardinal. Congratulations! I didn't spend any money on their campaign fund to be the next Cardinal of the College. Of the College of Cardinals. Where is it? There you are. But the potential next pope is Genoese revolt. Oh yeah, what's going on over there? Oh, increased council power. And Genoa and Pisa are fighting a trade war over Sanabria. Where is that in? Again, it's the name of a place in one of these. But I was thinking about saying, oh, don't worry about it. It's not anywhere near here. No, not anywhere near here. Don't get paranoid. Almost up to 3,000. I think it's good enough that we should fight against them now. Okay, they want this part. Looks like we have a bit of competition. Ah! But they have an ally, the County of Naples. Naples, also known as. Forces are slightly modest, but we can take them both on. Plus, they got nothing better to do, so they will most likely call to their aid. And if we were to fight these guys, I mean, we'll face little to no opposition, but this is mountains area. Again, it's going to be mountains from then on. Nobody's giving me a mission yet. It isn't going to matter really, because France is there first, and they're going to take all this territory and become a tributary. And, hell, if the war is over and then France is called an area, they're going to be right on them. You know what? Just sit it out. Yes, they will. It'll enhance the siege. It was one of those situations where you don't want to tell the truth in case it would hurt a person, but at the same time, honesty is a virtue. Be honest and tell it as it is. And I'm not honest enough. They don't call me Honest Basilio. They should call me Basilio, Defender of the, Defender of Sardinia. I forgot about these guys. You got any money in you? Perfect. Now we have 1,000. So what about you? Got any talent? I can recruit you, but you have a decent skill. But I don't think it really matters. All the help we can get. So you could say you're going to be our mercenary commander for now, even though... Do we have any bad commanders as of late? Well, we can replace this one, yes. Excellent. It's just a slight improvement. Even though he doesn't like me, because he's zealous, and he calls me an infidel and a foreigner. Hey, if you do good for your performance, maybe you'll win your freedom. As in, ask to leave the court. I noticed that over there in Neapolis, he's over there at the Ligurian Sea, which means he's on his way to help out with their client, their ally, so to speak. Massive recruitment drive. Very good. Next year we'll start fighting against all those counties. There. Best not to mess with them. Maybe we should take that other county right next to us instead of them. Oh, this one I should worry. Huh. This man is old, but his heir is a threat, especially for the narrow flank part. So you could say, yeah, we gotta get in after him, and don't let him, you know, take the throne. Otherwise it'll be a bit of a struggle. But I believe that's enough troops. Plus, he's craven. If he was out there, he's more likely to lose. And I am risking my own life for this. Remember that I'm wounded. It'll cost me 56 gold and 100 piety, but it'll be all worth it. He's got no allies, so let's do it. It'll just be an all-out assault on him. So yeah, screw it, let's blitz it. You have your army, while over there, the newly appointed Berber commander, Ahmed, will be on the other. Don't use our other best commander just yet. Now let's go. He may have the heights advantage, but we have the courage. This battle has shown my true weapon. I am brave. Alright. I guess I found my bravery in this conflict, unlike the previous one. Again, get this war done quick before, you know, the others, such as Muslims or Genoa or Pisa. Well, this trade post is under Pisan control, so we should worry about that. While, meanwhile, I'm trying to get good graces with Genoa when I sent my chancellor up there, but it doesn't look like there's any progress with them right now. Otherwise, we're going to be one of those people, like us Sardinians are going to be like, we defended this island and none of you Europeans came to help us. Europe. Yeah, that's what I would say. F that continent for not helping this island. Right, tributary war is done, but they're gonna want this county, so as I said, it's a bit of competition right now. But since it's weakened, and may never know if France could be called in to defend their new... well, Capua is in. Again, Capua is an ally of Lago tributary of France. So once we take that county, we'll have a bit more troop numbers as well as the income, and sooner or later we'll be so defined that we should not be afraid of France or anyone else. Good day to you, Sergeant Basilio. The infidels never sleep, and neither shall we. Rouse your men's spirit and lead them to the war for the glory of God. Fight well. Members of a holy order must attack an infidel army. Oh, it's kind of too late for that. What is this? Oh, that's Capua. 1,000 strong. That's in Italy, right? Correct. But it's under a revolt. See, this is what that war reparation money's good for. Once we get all this island, then I'll create the duchy title of Sardinia. And sooner or later we'll go on a crusade. Not sending my whole army there. I mean, you need to save the rest for defense of the of this island from attackers again. I'm still not healed from my wound. Come on, hurry up. I do not want to assault this. Oh, the Cardinal Steward approached me. My liege, I have a great idea for a monument. Something to raise our cultural sense and make the people notice what a great ruler you are. I will require some gold and your patience, and the work will take a year to complete. So be it. Surprise me. You better make a statue of me, carrying with a sword and shield, pointing to the sea. Metamorphosis. It's a book as part of the university's mod. Oh, stop! I just noticed it just now. I was about to say, what's the French fleet doing out there? I was about to say, did they come for the aid of that tributary? No, they're making the other county a tributary. Matter of fact, that man wants, he wants this island. That's, problematic in itself. But anyhow, we got this county now, it's under my control. Yeah. So there, now we're slightly stronger, but now we're gonna have to watch those two up in the north. Huh. Oh, here comes the French. They're gathering in. Well, meanwhile, they're almost winning. I think they'll have one more holding, and then the county is theirs, which means France will have a tributary belong to... Whoa, look at this. Number's been reduced because the warring parties have already been disbanded. Sardinia, France, Galore, France. Looks like Galore is prevailing. Well done. I'm impressed. But at the same time, it should be a little weary. But then again, you're facing a big kingdom. You only have 1,000 troops, while they have only 4,000. That's not the grand army that you have faced. What you faced was a detachment, I would say. You're gonna go back and forth just like me. Alright, got Neapolis. So that'll do it for this hectic first episode. And on this second episode, we'll figure out the way to get the other two counties and beware of France. So we'll see you next time. Until then, so long for now.